Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eva. This is Eve the Vegan, where I share all things simple and sustainable living from the perspective of an environmental science student, ethical vegan and activist. And in today's video I'm going to be talking to you all about Christmas, how to be more sustainable with Christmas, why Christmas is so wasteful, and I just hope that this video really help you make more sustainable and ethical choices this Christmas. So grab yourself something festive to drink. I've got myself a chai tea to try and get me in the festive mood. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is food. So it's well known that eating more plants is better for the planet, it's better for you, and of course it's better for the animals because no animals have to be needlessly killed for you to just have a meal. Every year in the UK, an estimated 10 million turkeys are murdered for Christmas dinner. Why not try some plant-based alternatives? You can get fake meat like tofurkey. You can get such realistic meats now I don't think you'd even notice most of the time. Or you can have something like a nut roast, or my personal favourite, a mushroom Wellington. I'll leave a link to the Bosch recipe down below. It's super good and I highly recommend it. It is my absolute favourite, and let me know if you enjoy it this Christmas. Something that's even more disturbing than fisting a dead turkey's anus to make a meal for your friends and family for Christmas is the food waste. Every year, 4.2 million Christmas dinners are wasted. That's 263,000 turkeys, 7.5 million mince pies, 17 million Brussels sprouts, and 11 million roast potatoes. And according to Crisis, this Christmas more than 200,000 families and individuals in England will be suffering the worst of homelessness. Enough Christmas dinners are wasted every single year in the UK to feed all of those homeless individuals and families 21 meals. So only buy what you need. Compost your leftovers, and anything you don't eat, donate to local homelessness shelters, or even contact your local sanctuaries, because often animals love Christmas dinners. Definitely contact your local animal sanctuary and see if their animals need feed this Christmas. I could talk about the wastefulness of decorations all day, but to keep this video semi-short and not too boring, I am going to focus mainly on Christmas trees. So the age-old question, real or fake? A 2-metre high real Christmas tree equates to 16 kilograms of CO2 if sent to landfill, and a 2-metre high artificial Christmas tree equates to 40 kilograms of CO2 and usually ends up in landfill as well, since they're just plastic and very hard to recycle. A fake tree would need to be used 2.5 times for it to have the same carbon footprint as a single-use real tree. WRAP estimates that 160,000 tons of trees are dumped every January. But it's a lot more complicated than that because trees sequester carbon. And so when you cut down a tree, it's no longer absorbing any of that CO2. And when you burn, compost, or even put into landfill, all of the carbon that it is stored within itself is going to be released again. So in terms of real Christmas trees, it's kind of a double whammy because you have the Christmas tree no longer living and absorbing CO2, and then you have all of its stored CO2 then being released when it's burned, decomposes, or sits in landfill forever. But how about potted trees? So you can get real trees that are potted and you can just rent them. They will lend it to you for the Christmas period, you then give it back, and when it's too big, they'll plant it in a forest and the tree can just live out its life. But what about fake trees? So fake trees are almost all manufactured in China, and most of them are made from plastic. In fact, almost all of them are made from plastic. So if you are going to choose a reusable plastic artificial tree, try and get one secondhand, and if you already have one, then use it again. As much as £42 million worth of Christmas gifts are unwanted and sent to landfill every year. That's the equivalent of 23 million unwanted Christmas gifts sent to landfill in 2019 alone. I don't need to express to you how wasteful gifts are, especially jokey gifts or gag gifts, but I would like to say that you don't need to give everyone a gift. Sit down with friends and family, maybe organise a day out, something to all do together later on in the year so that you all get together and hang out again instead of getting each other gifts. If you do buy gifts, ask people what they actually want. Get people to write down lists. Write a list for yourself and just request that your friends and family stick to the list you've given them. That way everyone gets a gift and it's only things they want/need. I always ask for underwear and socks. It's much better than unwanted gifts and things just going to landfill needlessly every year because people feel that they need to give someone something when they really don't. When shopping, also try and get things secondhand, vintage and refurbished. especially when buying electronic goods. Electronic waste is such a huge issue, and so many electronic goods are bought and opened at Christmas. And as if the gifts themselves weren't wasteful enough, we don't then go wrap them in more plastic just for the joy of unwrapping them. In 2016, it was estimated the UK used enough wrapping paper to wrap the world 22 times. And according to Greenpeace, 1 kilogram of wrapping paper is responsible for more than 3 kilograms of CO2. This is mostly attributed to the fact that a lot of fossil fuels are needed for the production of wrapping paper, namely a lot of coal, because we don't manufacture much in the UK, so all of your wrapping paper comes from industrialising countries who still rely heavily on coal. Also, wrapping paper is often not recyclable because it is plastic. It's paper and plastic. It's lined with plastic. If it has a sheen, if it's smooth, if it's shiny, if it's glittery, it's plastic, and plastic is fossil fuels. Luckily, there are alternatives. You can wrap presents in fabric, in scarves. You can even buy these little gift bags now, reusable gift bags. Make sure you do reuse them though, because the impact of producing new cotton and making all these fancy zero waste products does have a huge impact, and the point is that you use it over and over again, not just keep consuming stuff. And I am going to be making a video closer to Christmas showing you how I wrap gifts with paper and string and ribbons without using any tape and without having to buy anything new for the last 5 years. So please subscribe to my channel if you want to see that video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below any content you want to see from me. Have a beautiful day, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next one. And Merry Christmas, I guess. Bye.